So the next part that we are moving on to, so people who are going to take up this part, kindly pay attention. Again, I repeat the topic. What are we doing right now? Communication to win. Okay, communicate in such a way that you win in life. Okay, you are successful in life, because that is the center of your solar system. Here are the few characteristics of communication. Okay, omnipresent. Communication is omnipresent. Okay, you say God is omnipresent, omnipotent, right? Which means what? God is present everywhere. The same logic operates with communication also. Are you aware? Every second of your life, okay, you are either the sender or the receiver. So you are speaking, you're listening, you're receiving this feedback, and it's happening like as if you are not conscious of your breathing, but still you keep breathing. Okay, so this process of communication, first characteristic that we have to understand, it is omnipresent. Okay, and the next is that it is it is present everywhere. It is present everywhere. Like God is present everywhere. It is present everywhere. Okay, so the next process is, it's a continuous process. Okay, this and the previous one are connected. The first talks about the presence, and the next talks about the the activity or the action part that is continuously happening around you. Every creature communicates, and everybody talks about the non-living things communicating. Okay, a tree communicates. How? Through its leaves, through its flowers, through its fruits. The tree is communicating to you. When the tree dries up, it is telling you, hello, come on, take care of me, I'm neglected. Okay, and animals communicate. All of us have pets. We live and die with our pets sometimes. Okay, so you can't sometimes, I don't like cats. I'm sorry to say this. I'm not very friendly with pets. It's not my preference, but at the same time, when my sons prefer having pets, and just watching these pets, I really understand how wrong I am in my conception or in my belief system about animals. They are more sensitive, they are more loving than even we human beings. So beautiful communication. I can see the dog communicating to me. I've had parrots at home. I've seen how beautifully parrots communicate. And believe me, people, non-living things also communicate. You look at a chair. What does it communicate to you? It tells you, it sends you an invitation. Come and sit, come and use me. What does a table communicate to you? Come on, you can use me to write something. Keep your things on me. Okay. So I think everything around you communicates. How aware are you? So when I'm talking about the non-living thing communicating, so shouldn't you become more sensitive as leaders to understand, when I am communicating, I have to be really, good enough, wise enough to communicate it the right way. Okay, that is the second point. And the third point is, it is universal in nature. Okay, it is universal in nature. Is there any country, okay, is there any country, any nation, any race where you say, communication is not there? Everywhere it is there. It is universal, and it is a social process. Okay, you should really know. Human being is a social animal, right? Then if you do not know how to talk to people, how to present your ideas, and what will be a receptive way of presenting your ideas, how to get a positive feedback, how to handle negative criticism. So what is criticism at all in the first place? What is productive criticism? What is unproductive criticism? Okay, all these awareness, if there is in a leader, then he is a really truly an empowered man. Okay, so let's know more about this communication, and one small slide could teach us so much. That is great.